Hello, class. So, for this discussion, I'll be going into what the overall tone of the novel and whether it matters that we like Julia or not. So, I personally really enjoyed the book. I thought it kept me going. I finished the book in the same day that I bought it. So, it was just like a really intriguing read. And I really liked the story and how it went. And I liked Olga's story and how there was a lot of different things that we thought it would be one way, almost like red herrings, that we believed it to turn out to be one way and then it was something else completely. However, I didn't like the main character. I didn't really like Julia. And the thing that I didn't like about her is that to me she does seem a lot like a brat. And towards the end that changes, of course, when, she starts to realize that there's more going on in the world other than her. However, for a large part of the story, I just thought she was, stuck up. And it's hard to say because she is 16, well, 15/16 at the time of the book. And so that's a period of time where, we're going through a lot of things that were, she's, as people were trying to figure out what we want in life. And she is too, because she wants to go to school, but she's struggling with the death of her sister. So it's kind of hard because she's going through difficult times, and I don't want to just say, oh, she's an insufferable brat. However, I feel that something that really jumped out at me is that when her family threw her quinceañera, and of course, she said she didn't want it, there was still no sense of like making the best of the situation as someone else might do, especially if they're throwing a big party for you. And one thing that stood out to me during the quinceañera that I really was like, she's not a likable character is when her aunt, Tia Milagros, the nosy one, is telling her that Olga would be happy for her. And she says Olga's dead and then goes on and tells her that, where is it? And she tells her about who is her aunt to judge her, and that she's all bitter because her husband left her. And it's just out of line. I didn't really understand the point of making her so much of a brat. I want to say something else, but she really was throughout the whole thing. But I don't think her being likable changes the tone of the novel, because even though it's centered, like, the novel is centered around her and what she's going through, but at the same time, I feel like there's a big emphasis on everything else going around in her life, and how part of her being unlikable for the majority of the book is that in the end she realizes that she has all these things, and we start to see a change perhaps, and she becomes more likable towards the end. And I feel that her likability, that's how it influenced the novel.